Hello and welcome to a very brief episode of the Smile Code. This is Dr. Isiquedu, and I'm delighted that you're joining me once again. Today I have a funny story to share with you. Have you ever had one of those moments where you think you've experienced everything only to be utterly surprised by something completely unexpected? Well, buckle up because I've got a story for you that's bound to tickle your funny bone. So this happened a few years ago. I was new to Seattle, home of the rain, coffee, and grunge. It was around 9 p.m. my time, a pretty standard evening, nothing out of the ordinary. I decided to call my friend in New York. Now, for those of you keeping track, New York is 3 hours ahead, so it was already midnight in New York. My friend, well, let's call him Jack, is a night owl, so I figured it wouldn't be a big deal. So I called Jack, and we're chatting away, talking about the usual stuff, like how Seattle's weather is like living inside a cloud and how New York is a city that never sleeps. When suddenly I hear this rumbling noise. Now, when I say rumbling, I don't mean a little background noise. This is like a subwoofer cranking up to maximum volume, causing static on the line. My phone literally vibrated in my hand. For a split second, I thought we were having an earthquake. I mean, Seattle is no stranger to seismic activity, but this was different. I was puzzled, so I asked Jack, "What in the world is that?" There was a brief pause, and then Jack started laughing. I'm talking full-on, can't catch his breath laughter. After what felt like an eternity, he managed to compose himself enough to explain. Turns out Jack had a guest staying over, a friend who, according to him, was an epic snorer. And by epic, I mean legendary. This guy's snoring was so loud that it was causing interference on our phone call. So here I am sitting here in Seattle, some 2,856 miles away, and I can hear this guy snoring as clear as if he were right next to me. I kid you not, it was like the dude was snoring straight through the phone lines. Now imagine this, you're trying to have a normal conversation, and in the background there's this ongoing snore symphony. I couldn't stop laughing. I mean, how often do you hear snoring so powerful that it crosses multiple time zones? So Jack goes on to tell me that his guests' snoring has become somewhat of a local legend among their friend group, and that they've tried everything, nasal strips, special pillows, even those white noise machines, but nothing works. This guy's snoring is like a force of nature. They've even joked about entering him into some kind of a snoring competition if such a thing exists. The best part, Jack said that sometimes the snoring gets so loud that it sets off his dogs barking. So it's not just a snoring issue, it's a whole orchestral event at his place. Snoring, followed by barking, then more snoring. We spent the rest of the call laughing about it, and to this day, it remains one of the funniest, most bizarre experiences I've ever had. I mean, how many people can say they've heard a snore from almost 3,000 miles away? So the moral of the story, dear listeners, is that life is full of unexpected and hilarious moments. And sometimes those moments come in the form of a snore that echoes from across the country. Thanks for tuning in to the short episode of the Smile Code. In a future episode, I'm going to have a guest, one of my colleagues who is an airway expert, and she's going to talk to us about maintaining a positive airway and mitigating the effects of things like snoring. So in the meantime, keep smiling, sleep quietly, and remember to always be prepared for the unexpected, especially when it comes to snoring. This is Dr. Esikwedu. Until next time, keep smiling.